Hello Booster, welcome back to our channel Boost Fitness Studio, where we talk about wellness, empowerment, lifestyle, fitness, and many other things. My name is Diana and I'm founder and trainer at Boost Fitness Studio here in Geneva. And we're going to talk about today about HRV, sleeping, heart rate variations, VO2 Max, Pulse OX, many things that maybe your watch is telling you and you don't know how to interpret, and how all these metrics actually benefit if we know how to read them, how they benefit our life. Before going on, I want to say that in September, we're going to have a retreat in France where we're going to be touching a bit more in depth all these topics, go deeper into this. So once said that, let's dive in. HRV, heart rate variation. What is it? So before, we used to think that our heartbeat was like tack, 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 like square, you know, like every certain whatever seconds there was a beat. Now we know that's completely wrong. There's a difference, there's a variation between one beat and the other. It might be like slower, lower, shorter, and another longer, shorter, longer, 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 shorter. There's a variation right here. So that's our HRV, heart rate variation. This number, or this metric, what it's telling us is how our system, our parasympathetic system, and our sympathetic system are following, are like dancing. Let's say let's look at like a dance between these two systems. Let's remember, parasympathetic is when I'm still, when I'm sitting, when I'm sleeping, when I'm watching TV, when I'm scrolling on Instagram, when I'm doing something extremely chill, that I don't need any kind of effort, no need for energy, like completely chill. And I have my sympathetic system, that is the system that is like, if the lion comes, you just better run. High levels of stress, speed, digestion, so like all this rush that is coming in, like right now I'm in my sympathetic system, that it's coming into action. So I need to have both, so my body actually works in synergy. I can have a lot of one and I can have a lot of the other. And the HRV is the number that I see on my HRV. It can be lower, it can be higher. We all have a different balance depending on your age, on your gender, on what you do, on many things. We are individuals, we are very, very different between each other. So I'm going to be talking in general. So the lower the HRV is, the more unbalanced my body is. Meaning that maybe my parasympathetic is taking too much. I'm always like fatigued, depressed, like no energy, no nothing, you know. And then I have my sympathetic system that maybe it's like I'm always in a rush, always in stress, you know. So I can have more of the other and less of the other. They have to be balanced. So the higher my number is in my HRV, the more balanced my systems are. Let's remember that it's all about the nervous system. So if my nervous system is unbalanced, that can lead to many things that I don't want in my life, and I'm sure you don't want in your life, meaning chronic stress, chronic fatigue, diabetes, glucose to the max, injuries, diseases, many things, because the body is not working correctly. And we know that if we don't fix that today, later on, we're going to pay the bills. I always say, like, working out or being healthy today and doing something today is the best insurance that you can have. So once said that, we understood what is the HRV. It's this dance between these two systems. Now we're going to go to heart rate variations. I have 5 zones. So zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have my base heart rate, the one that is there. So when I start moving, I need more blood, I need more oxygen. So my heartbeat is going to be increasing. So zone 1 is from 50% to 60% of that increase of the base. Then I have from 60 to 70 and so on until 100. So my zone 1, we said already, it's when I'm chill, I'm not doing anything, I'm sitting, I'm just existing. My second one, it's zone 2. That's when I'm walking. That's when I start actually moving, that it requires a certain effort. Still, I can speak, like maybe I'm jogging and I'm talking with someone, but I can still have a conversation on this zone 2. Then zone 3 is going to be about my cardiovascular um, training. So that means I'm going to be training my heart and my lungs. My heart needs to push a bit more. Maybe it's a bit harder to have a conversation. That means maybe I'm going up on a hill quite hard. Maybe I'm doing my burpees. Oh, okay, it's not that easy to speak like when I'm doing a burpee. So that's my zone 3. Zone 4, it's anaerobic. It's more about the oxygen. And zone 5, it's about sprint. So that's like super high level that you can have a zone 5 for, I don't know, for 5, 10, 15 minutes. It's for the body, it's too much. It's too much stress to be on zone 5. So in our workouts, we should, yes, vary like the workout between all these 5 zones, but notice that on your watch, at least in our classes and at Boost, you're going to be on zone 2, zone 3, maybe sometimes zone 4, depending on the workout. For example, in abs and core, reaching zone 4 might be a bit hard because it's not doing it's a different kind of exercise. So once said that, now you know your zones. Our next topic is VO2 max. That means on every inhale, all the oxygen that is coming into my body, into my lungs, how much of that oxygen is actually useful. So the higher my VO2 max is, the more I'm using that oxygen to bring to all my body. We know the organs, and that's very related with the pulse OX. My organs, and I always say, need oxygen. Like without oxygen, you can't live. Oxygen is life, period. So the higher my VO2 max, when I inhale, all that oxygen is actually useful. If my VO2 max is small, short, I'm breathing, that oxygen is not going anywhere. It's not bringing any nutrient. It's not helping my body. You know, when we had the pandemic that you see, like, or when, like in the hospitals, for example, when you have the oximeter like this, that it's measuring your oxygen. Well, that's the VO2, to see how much oxygen is actually coming into your body. So the higher the VO2 max, the better. How can I train that? By working out, by doing cardiovascular training, what we just mentioned before. Training heart, training lungs, training all that system, that blood system right there. And it's very related with the pulse OX. How much oxygen am I retaining? It's really useful in my body. So when I work out the pulse OX, again, the higher the number, that should be. If I can reach 100%, that is amazing. That means your organs are full of oxygen. Now, talking a bit about sleep. So the sleeping, it has like this cycles that every certain hours you're on REM. REM is when it's like rapid eye movement, REM. So when you're moving your eyes, when you're on REM, it's when you're dreaming. When you're dreaming, your brain is the one that is recovering. It's the one that is rebuilding, let's say, itself. And on the deep sleep, it's everything else that is happening, your growth hormones, I don't know, like building tissue. If you have a wound, for example, it's during your sleep that it recovers. If you, I don't know, the stomach, it's recovering itself, it's rebuilding everything in all your heart, everything, all your cells are working during the night, let's say. So you're off, so your cells can rebuild and can redo whatever was damaged during the day. That's why it's very important to have a very good sleep, to have a schedule, because if you start skipping these cycles, one, you're tired, of course, but long run, to me, health, you need to see it long run. It's not for today. You're not going to see any change today. Everything is long run. And I actually have a nice anecdote regarding HRV. I have my HRV tracker, my watch, and I track it every day. Every day. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, so on. Balance, unbalance. That's like, what's happening right here that it's unbalanced? I mean, I reach fatigue, I reach many things. I think at some point, I swear, I think I reached like body burnout or something. And I knew it wasn't right. It wasn't right. So it's been 2 weeks already since I had magnesium every single day. By theory, we know that magnesium is very good for the body. It helps recovery, blah, blah, blah. Like all the theory is there, well understood. Okay. But then I started having magnesium every single day. And since 2 weeks, my HRV is constant, balanced. And I was like, wow, this is mind-blowing, mind-blowing. And how can I translate that into today's conversation right here? That means my body was struggling, trying to recover. So that meant that my nervous system was like fighting all the time, stress. I reach a point that the nervous system can't do it alone. So when I bring into my body this magnesium, that it's helping my body to recover faster, you can see my HRV completely constant, balanced, mind-blowing. That's why trackers actually help. It's not about like being obsessed. It's about like knowing what's going on. Because sometimes, like, I don't know if it happened to you or you know someone that happened. It's like, I'm always tired. I'm like this. I'm always tired. Okay, but why are you tired? Or I'm always hungry, like always hungry. I'm like this. No, why are you like this? You're not like, your body's not like this. Why you think it's normal to be always hungry, to be always tired, to be always in a rush, to always need for adrenaline? You know, like what's going on? It's not normal. But that's the point, that you get used to something, so you think you're okay because that's normal for you. It's normal just to sleep 4 hours. The people that say 4 hours I'm fine, dude, you need to research a bit more. It's not fine. Anyway, so that's why the trackers, they help you like, okay, I feel normal, but this says that it's not normal. Let's see, let's find a balance between your tracker and what you feel. So take a look at your tracker. If you have any question, please write it down. Anyway, we're going to be seeing all this deeper in the retreat, but at least you have an idea on how it looked. What is your tracker saying? HRV, balance, not unbalanced. What does it mean? My sleeping, poor sleep. That means that maybe I skipped a cycle. Or VO2 Max, superior, normal. Where am I standing? Pulso X, exactly the same thing. So that's why having a fitness tracker, a sleeping tracker, or something. I mean, let's use technology for our favor. It's there already. Not getting obsessed, never getting obsessed on something, but helping yourself to learn a bit more about your body. Thank you for watching this video. I want to see you all in the retreat. If you like, please subscribe. I'm gonna leave all the links below for the studio, whatever you need for the retreat. And I see you very soon. Ciao.